as usual, my topics tonight is an invitations of guardian deities, understanding their nature and their significance. Okay, I think this topic may be very new to many of you. Many of you here regarding the guardian deities, because the topic of guardian deities are not so much emphasized in Theravada Buddhism, but usually when you're inviting sanghas for this blessing, we usually invite deities to come also. Yeah? Okay, so we look at these, what are these deities? Who are they, right? And, all right, so these are in Pali. Yeah? So in our general belief, right, we thought that the deities are enjoying their happy life after they pass away. Okay? I mean in the heaven. If you are doing something good, right, then you were reborn in the heaven and you enjoy happily, yeah, in the heaven, right? So you see in Buddhism, is that the case, right? You are enjoying, eternally in heaven, right? Because in Buddhism, deities are also beings, huh? And we know that in Buddhism, if you are doing good karma, right, you sure will reborn in the heaven, good karma. So of course in Buddhism, right, say like one day after your enjoyment in the heaven, right, and of course due to the exhaustion of your karma at the end, right, you also will have to come back, right, or reincarnated or elsewhere, right. So it's not guaranteed that you will be reborn eternally, right. And we know that's a very good example found in the suttas, right. Suttas. We know the Sakadeva Raja, right, the Lord of the 33 heavens, right, the Sakadeva Raja. He came to see the Buddha to express the deities' worried and unsatisfactoriness. Yeah? They have so much worry living in the heaven also. So the Buddha knew their concern, and and they called the monk, right. So whenever there is an assembly of the Dhammas, right, to invite the deities to come listen to the noble teaching, and after the end of the listening of the teaching, remember to share merits with the deities and sentient beings. Okay, and from day on, right, it become a customs of the Buddha's disciples, right. So whenever there is assembly, right, or any ceremony, right, to invite all sentient beings. When you're talking about the sentient being, you are including the guardian deities, right, to come listen to the Buddha's teaching and rejoice, right, with them. So you find this Pali passage, right? Paritwana mettang sametta padanta ave kitta chitta parita padantu samanta chakravalesu atragachantu devata Sudhamma Munirajasa Sunantu Sakmokada Sake Kamecha Rupe Girisikaratante Chantalike Vimane Dipe Rate Chagame Taruvana Gahane Gehavatum Hekete Bhuma Jayantu Deva Jalathala Visame Yakka Gandapanaga Titanta Santikeyam Munivarvachana Sadhavo me sunantu Buddha dasana kalo ayam badanta Dhamma savana kalo ayam badanta Sangha pari rupasana kalo ayam badanta. Okay. Okay, now we look at the translation, right? So this is a meaning. It says, from around the galaxies, may the devas come here. May they listen to the true dhammas of the King of Sage, right? Leading to heaven and emancipation. And those in the heavens of sensuality and form, on peak and mountain, precipice, in palaces floating in the sky, in island, countries and town, in groves of trees and thickets, around home sites and field, and the earth devas, okay, spirits and Gandharvas and Nagas. I mean, these are what we're going to see in water or on land, in uneven land, and standing nearby. May they come and listen with approval as I recite the words of the excellent sage. So this is the time to listen to the Dhamma, Venerable Sir. Okay, yeah, so this is usually a very, we have a long passage and a shorter passage, right? But this one is a longer passage. And the reason here I recite the longer passage because you find several deities that we want to highlight tonight, right? They include they call the Yaksha, right? Gandharvas, and then the earthly devas, right? And the Nagas, okay? Yeah, just now we have seen that, in our Theravada tradition, wherever you have assembly, right? Before the start of any assembly or about to start, right? We usually will chant this protective blessing. And before that, we will chant the verse of invitation of devas, right? And then these are the devas, and then from where they come, right? And then we invite them to listen to the Buddha's teaching, right? For their rejoice, and of course they want to accumulate merit also, right? And so that they can rebirth in the heavenly realms and attaining Nibbana. Okay, so we are talking about the guardian deities, and who are they? Right? Usually they are the worldly deities or the earthly deities, right? And we invite them to listen to the Buddha's teaching, right? The reason we invite them is because they also want to accumulate merit, right? And of course, we also take this opportunity to invite them, right, to protect the world, right, and to protect the teachings of the Buddhists, right? Of course, to free the world from the disasters, right, to protect people from dangers, etc., etc. Okay. Now we look at this Chaturmarajika, 四大天王, yeah, so, okay, so we are talking about the deities, and who are they, right? Who are they? So first we look at the Chaturmarajika, right? And so in the earlier, right, in our recitation of that passage, right, there are mentioned 4 types of worldly deities. Okay, worldly, that means the earthly deities, right? And usually in Pali terms we call them amanusa, right? We know that in Pali amanusa, like Malay, like manusya, right? Means they are not human being, right? They are not human being, right? And then these 4 classes of non-human, right? Besides the earthly devas, right? They also, when we talk about the earthly devas, they are like half man, right? And half God, right? Semi-God, semi-man, right? Okay, and like you look at the Yakka also, it's like semi-God, semi-human, right? Or even the heavenly musician, right? The Gandharva, heavenly musician, right? The musician, right? We also have musician, and then the Nagas also. You look at these 4, the Chaturmarajika, each one of them, control their own subordinates. They have their own group controlled by these 4 Chaturmarajika. Okay, and of course, if you look at the Chaturmarajikas, right, they are the of the 6 heavens in the sphere of the sensual pleasure, right? Kamadhatu. The 4 heavenly king, right, is the lowest realms of heaven in the sensual sphere, right? And then these 4 guardian deities, these 4 heavenly king, right? They protect or they control or they guard the worldly spirits and deities of 4 different directions, all right, of the earth. Okay, so now we look at where they reside, and where is the direction. You look at in the eastern direction, right? The king is called the Datarata, right? King Datarata, he hold what? He hold the music instrument, like we call it pipa, mandolin, and King Datarata, he controlled the class of being called Gandharvas, because he hold the music instrument. He control a group of a class of being called Gandharva. Gandharva mean they are the celestials, the devils, musician, musician. Right? So yeah, this is in the eastern direction. And in the western direction, you have the king called Virupaka, right? Virupaka, he hold a snake, right? Snake. Right? You saw he hold a snake, and then he control the Naga. Like you see, usually you go to Mahayana temples, right? At the entrance, right? You will find these four heavenly king, right? And then you see each one of them holding a different what do you call instruments or weapons also, right? So for the second one, he hold a snake, because he control the Nagas, Nagas, a class of being called Naga. In the southern direction, you have the king Viruhaka, right? Viruhaka, he is holding a sword, right? A weapon sword, and he control the Kumbhandas, Kumbhandas. You see, when you talk about the Kumbhandas, who are they? You see, we can say that they are the lower deities. The lower deity is in between the human and the god. They are the lowest deity. And usually, some people said, right? Some researchers said this Kumbhanda also include the Preta. Beta. You know the beta, hungry ghost. You see, not all hungry ghosts are bad. There are types of hungry ghosts, they are called blessed ghosts. So this Kumbhandans. And then you look at the north direction, the king called King Vesavana, right? He's holding the umbrella, you saw? Umbrella. He's holding umbrella, and then he control the Yakka. Okay? I think of these four, I think the very common one is the Yakka. Right? Yakka is very common. And of course, these are the four, right? If you look at the Mahayana, they mention 8 classes of gods and worldly spirits. Just a 10 of Pahu, right? And these 8 classes of gods are mentioned, right? Tianlong means they include the gods, the earthly god Tian, Long means the Naga, and then together with other 6, 6 include the Yaksha, right? And Ashura, right? Ashura, and then the Gandharva, right? This is Sanskrit, we call Gandharva, Garuda, the Garuda, Indonesian airline called Garuda, and then another is Kinara, and then another one is called the Maharaja. So these are the 8 expansion are from the 4, right? 4. So when Mahayana have these 8, we also have, right, 4, right? Controlled by these 4 heavenly king. Okay, so these are the 4 types of worldly spirits. Okay, Devas, Yakka, Gandharva, and Naga. Okay, so first of all, I think we need to understand these 4 class of beings because they are with us. And then this is a place where they reside also. They are, in the middle of human and the god also. Okay. So we can consider them as the lower deities, And of course, Buddhism, for Buddhists, we never pray for them, right? For the, the worldly gain, right? And of course, we know that these earthly devas, they have certain psychic power, but they are still an ordinary beings, right? When we talk about ordinary beings, they also have defilements, they also have anger, right? And they also have desire, right? They also have difficulties in life, right? So, of course, they know that at the exhaustion of karma when they die, right? They also have psychic power. They know when they were reborn, right? And they have so much fears and worry, right? Like human being, you see, we are afraid of death, right? So we have so much worry. You see, that's why we have to come to Buddhism and practice Dharma. I think for the God also, they have this similar concern. So yeah, that's why I think this is essential by the Buddhists that for a Buddhist monk, we invite them to listen to the Dharmas and partake in the merit making, and of course to rejoice with them, and of course to radiate the loving kindness, right, compassion with them, and of course in return we hope that they can also protect the Buddha's teaching. Okay, so then I think another things also another things that we have a lot of curiosity. You see, when we look at these gods, do we need to offer food to them? I think that's quite natural, is that when we see all these deities, we will offer food. Offer what? Orange, apple, or offer rice also. Is it necessarily to offer food to these deities, to this? Not necessary, yeah? Because all these earthly devas, they do not need our worldly food, okay? And because if you compare the food, their food up there, I don't know, definitely it's more delicate than us in the world, okay? So, but anyway, we talk about all these different devas. When you're talking about the blessed predators, a hungry god, they also considered a blessed one. You see, there is a types of blessed gods. They can enjoy the food offered by their living friends and relatives. You see, I think last time we talked about these, 4 classes of the hungry ghosts. There is type of hungry ghosts. They are able to enjoy, right, the food offered by their living relatives and friends. Okay, so these types of ghosts is called those who live on the gift of others. You see, so when we offer, yeah, they can take it. Right? They can enjoy the food, and of course they also can take the merit, right, transferred to them by their living friends and relatives, so that they can pass on to their better life in the future. Okay. Okay, now we look at the first one, the devas, the earthly devas. When we talk about earthly devas, there are 2 classes of devas. You have the Bhumata Deva, right? The earthly deva means the deities live on the ground, and another one is the deities suspending in the air. It's called Akasata Deva, right? Akasata. Akasa means the air. Sata Deva. Alright, so we look at the first class of deities. They are the deities living in the lower realms. We can say that they are residing on the ground, right? The term's called the Bhumata Deva. And who are they? They include these Chaturmarajika, Siddhatiyama, Chaturmarajika, together with their subordinates, right? Subordinates like we call the Kumbandas, Gandharva, Nagas, and then and the Yaka, right? Subordinates. And another one is the Tawatimsa Deva. Tawatimsa is also another term for 33 heavens, Sansasankhya. So these 2 heavens, beings, can be considered as the Bhumata Devas. Okay, and why they live on the ground, I think something very interesting, because these are devas. They are very busy. Busy with what? They are busy with the fighting, with whom? With Asuras. Okay, we know another class of being called Asuras. Asuras, for Theravada, is not a very good one. Yeah, but for Mahayana, they consider Asura as one of the wholesome realms. And why we group them as unwholesome? Because they like to fight with the earthly devas. Okay, that's why these Asura sometimes can be included among the devas, right? And of course, these Asuras are the opponents of the devas of these 2 lower realms. Okay. And the second, the first, of course, is Chaturmarajika, right? I think these terms we have to know. Another one is the Tawatimsa. You know where Tawatimsa live? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We don't know where is Sumeru. Sumeru. I think they said that Sumeru is in the heart. It's in the middle of the earth, right? And then the highest. So we consider this as the Himalaya. Okay. Okay. So they are living on the peak of the Sumeru, right? And then their chief lord is called the Sakadeva. Sakadeva. 第十天, so okay, so when you come to the Sakadeva, I think there is a very interesting stories about the Sakadeva, right? So we know that in one of his many previous existences, right? When he was still a human being, right? He was called Magga, right? He was very generous, right? He devoted most of his time to help the people. Yeah. So it says that this Magga, this young man, together with his friend, good friend, 32 of them, together, including him 33, so together with other 32 good friend, right, to help him. So in the commentary, he said he took a great effort to improve the life of the people by building the road. Okay, so when they die, right, this group, this 33, right, this Magga and together with 32 good friend, you know, they were all reborn in the Tower Dim Sum. Okay, that's why we call it the heavens of the 33 deities. Okay, I mean, these are just the stories, huh? So anyway, it says that this Satta Deva, right? You know, even they're in the heaven also, they also like human being. You see, they will get together and then chit-chatting, yap cha. Okay. Okay, so you see, when they will get together, right? When they will get together with a group of devas, and there's a group of devas, they got drunkard also. Okay, in the assembly, huh? So these 33 devas, they got so much annoying, and then chased away, you know, these drunkard deities, and then from there on, these ousted devas, being chased away, these deities, they were called Asuras, and from there on also you can see, you know, this anger, right, enmity, developed, you know, between these two groups of deities, and as a result, because of this, we find that you know, these the devas in the 33 heaven, they keep fighting themselves with the Asuras. So yeah, yeah. So devas, it's not a very peaceful place to live, also. um,
There's no more increase in deva. There's people not having the between of them.
No, that's why we come back to the story. They want more gods to be. They like good people, right? They like good people, so that when more good people reborn in the 33, they can fight with the Ashura. 真正冇氣。
But I still understand those Asura and the Fatima is a different rank. How they travel to the front.
But they are still considered as earthly devas. Earthly devas. It's just like a different realms, but they are still considered as the earthly devas. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's just like when we are living in this realm, we have the animal realms. Yeah. Okay, we have human realms, and there are beings is invisible to us, like the Asuras. Okay, and there are also other invisible deities, like the Sudhamma Rajika, right? And even these Deities, they also living in our area. Okay, that's why we call them Bhumata Devas. You know, the deities live on the ground. So you know, in the scientific term, we may say we all live in different dimension. Right? Probably the God live in the fourth dimension. We are living in the third dimension. The fourth dimension, they can see through us. You see, the third dimension, we have one layer, you know, to block us from seeing. Anyway, okay. So beside these two, right, Chaturmarajika Deities are belonging to the Bhumata Devas. There is also deities suspending in the air, right? And who are they? They are Yama heaven, Tushita heaven, Nimanarati heaven, and Paranimitta Vasavanti heaven. There are four. Okay, so okay, I think of these four types of heaven, Tushita may be quite familiar to us, right? We know the Tushita, right? We know that you know, the Buddha's mother, right? 7 days after her delivery, right? She was reborn in the Tushita. Okay, Tushita. So Buddha, you know, went out, right, to preach Abhidhamma, right, recorded in the Theravada tradition. Right, his mother descended from the Tushita to the Tawatimsa, to listen to the Buddha's preaching. Okay, so after 3 months, I mean, it's a human lifetime, right? 3 months. His mother, after listening to Abhidhamma, his mother attained the first stage of sainthood also, right? So, and then another group is, okay, yeah, when we talk about this Tushita, we know that another one, our future Buddhists, right? Maitreya Bodhisattva, he was now in the Tushita heaven, right? So he continued perfecting his paramitas. Okay, when the human lifespan reached at the 80,000 years, right? He came, right, to become the Buddhist, right? Lifespan 80,000 now. I think that is possible. When we all become AI beings. At that time also doctor no doctors anyway, because nobody suffer from illness. All right, yeah, so that's possible. Okay, now.
So, Bhante, can we say that those are in the air ones further from the?
Oh yeah, they're happy. They are free from the Ashura.
They are so a bit further lah.
Yeah, further up. Yeah, we are looking from the vertical universe. Universe got the vertical and horizontal, right? We are looking from the vertical line, right? So you look at from this vertical line, the lowest is the Avicii, right? Avicii, the hell, just Api the Avicii hell, and the highest is Neva Sanchikana, Asanchikana, Ayatana. It's neither perception or non-perception. Face your face your teeth. Another term probably is called the Bhava Akra. Bhava means existent. Akra means the peak. Bhava Akra, right? The existent peak is the highest. Okay. So after this is Nirvana. Or after this, before Nirvana, you also have another layer. It's called the Nirodha Samapatti also. Okay, Nirodha Samapatti. Samapatti means the attainment of the cessation, Nirodha. Okay, so these places are meant for the Anagami and Arahant, but they are still living in right? If they want to attain into that very highest the attainment, they can come into this Nirodha Samapatti. Okay, so when you attain the Nirvana, you'll be completely attained into the Nirvana. Okay, so these are the concept lah. Anyway, now we look at this. The girl was critically ill before the Buddha was critically ill before his death and suffered from the diarrhea, right? So it is recorded in the Dhammapala, right? 2006, the Buddha was ill, right? Before his death, right? And he suffered from the diarrhea, right? Dysentery. So the Sakadeva, right? The god of the 33 heaven, right? Took care of the Buddhas, right? And he brushed the soil of the Buddha's feet, right? With his both palms. And it says the Buddhas told the heavenly king, right? He said, you look at the passage, he said, for heaven, right? The smell of human is as smelly as rotten meat. Live here now. I have many bhikkhus to take care of me. Very smelly. That's why we have to burn incense. They invite them to come. If not, they don't want to come. It's so smelly. We can smell like rotten meat. So that the Sakadeva replied to the Buddha, "Oh, that's the one. I still can smell your fragrance, or the outside of 84,000 miles away. Therefore, I came to take care of you." Right? So you can see, although we said the God regard the world as a smelly place, right? And they were trying, to avoid approaching human. However, because of the the virtues fragrant, the virtue fragrant, right? That virtue fragrance can cover the odors, right? The smell of the human body, right? So the God are willing to get close to and guide the good people, right? Who observed the good morality. Okay, so if that's the case, I think we don't need to we don't need to rely on any what you call amulets, is it? Or no need to wear the amulets, or okay, to rely on any prayers and things like that. You see, the morality, the precepts that you observe has this mighty power, right? That's why Chinese you have 戒香, the 戒香 can encourage all these devils to come and approach you and protect you. That's good enough, isn't it? So the best protection is to observe the morality. Right? Okay, now, yeah, this is the first one. The second one, we look at the Yakka, right? Yakka is more definite group already, yeah, Yakka. You find a lot of this kind of, the Yakka, right? You look at their face, yeah? You look at their look, they look like ghosts, okay? That's why sometimes people call them ghosts also, yeah? Like 恶鬼, they look like ghosts. But in fact, they are not ghosts. They are called demigod, right? It means they're also half human and half gods also. And then, of course, where they stay, right? They stay in their, I don't know, very diverse, anyway, very diverse. Of course, they actually can create their own self-created place. Okay? Anyway, right? Or in the air, or in the trees, right? So we know that in this Jayamangala Gata, right? There is one Yakka, his name is called Alawaka, right? Alawaka is a great Yakka, right? And then he is also from these Bodhisattva Devas, right? And then he was later, after listening to the Buddha's teaching, he was also attained the sainthood also and become the Buddha's disciple. But he was Yakka. So you understand the Yakka is another class of being also, live in different dimension. Okay? So, and then when you look at this, this kind of Yaksha worship is also a very ancient, a very primitive form of religion. Like for example, those who worship the tree, or they believe there are these what they call the spirits inhabiting in the trees, right? So they worship the trees, like in ancient India, they worship the trees, or they worship this banyan tree, or even the Bodhi tree now, right? And they believe that there are many devas, deity, there are many what they call spirits, okay, living in the tree, under the tree, right? So they regard this as a very ancient, primitive form of religion, okay? So, and we look at this Yakka. Yakka also, these are the statement from the Bhikkhu Bodhi, right? Bhikkhu Bodhi said, the Yakka are fierce spirit, okay, very fearful spirit, inhabiting remote area, right, such as forest, hill, or the abandoned cave. Okay? They are depicted as of hideous, mean, not mean, hideous mean. It means that they are very hideous means. Even they are what do you call, very scary. Okay, their face, even their okay, and then they also looks very fearsome, right? Okay, but of course, when given offering and shown respect, right, they also become a very what do you call? Yeah, it's benign. Benign means they are very peaceful, right? Become very good, right? And then they protect people rather than harming them. Ideal when we look at their face, they sure will harm us, you see. But when they listen to the Buddhists, when they become the Buddhists, so-called, right, they also become benign. Benign. They pronounce benign, is it?
Yeah,
Benign. Yeah, these words are quite rarely used. Benign. Okay, now when we look at the Buddhist scripture, because this kind of yakkha, they are a very diverse group, right? If you look at the Buddhist sutras, right, yaksha also can pretend to be a human also, right? And so when they become human, right, how's their look, right? It says in the sutras, their eyes are red, right? And then they never blink. They never blink. And then they said that, like when we were young time, we were told that if people they don't cast a shadow, right? Then probably they are the yaksha. Because they pretend to be a human being, especially the eyes is red, right? Very red, okay? And they never blink their eyes, and then they never cast a shadow, okay? So, yeah. I think so, yeah. They are considered as a yaksha. And then yaksha also has the female form also, that's not necessary. You see, they're also like human, they have the male and female, right? So the female we call the yakshini, you see, and the female yaksha is more fearful, very fearsome, right? Just like human, yeah. Because they are half human, you see, half human and half god, right? And then how? The sutta also say, you see, they also even eat flesh, especially the male flesh. And then, yeah. And also they said, they will eat, the man flesh, okay? When this man, entered into their territories. Where are these territories? Probably like in the forest, right? Or in the cave, right? Or even the places near the corpse, okay? Because they are eating the corpse, right? Yeah. So we are considered this yaksha as a bad yaksha. They are good also, the good one, but we are talking about the bad one. Yeah. Then, okay. So and of course there are also types of yakshas. They're also very beautiful. Okay, they are also beautiful, right? So and also the beautiful yaksha, and this beautiful yaksha, and also sometimes I don't know whether we are reading book or story or something like that. They said that if you are walking in the midnight in the forest, then you will suddenly see not far from your road, you will see a village, okay, a very bright village. You see a lot of beautiful ladies. Bright village, then you have to be careful because you probably entered into the yaksha village. Yeah, be careful. So be careful. So if you see any beautiful lady in the midnight, don't touch them. Okay, you have to go your way. If not, then you come close to them, you suddenly die or gone missing. Anyway, 有吗？有这样的 story Because last time I like to go to the forest. You see, when I go to the forest, even before, I listen a lot about the forest. You see, they say when we are in the forest, we have to be careful. There are certain things we have to be careful, like when we enter in the forest, you see, we have to respect trees, you see, because each tree is inhabiting a lot of deities. Or the spirits, okay, or even when you want to, attend the call of nature, you cannot just simply bomb, you have to respect all these beings also. If not, then you should have a lot of problems.
They don't live in the house, they just live
in the forest or in the cave or in the abandoned house or something like that, or trees. Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, you say the yakas and police saw the yakas before for them to raw like that.
I think we saw. We don't know that because they also can pretend to be a human, a beautiful lady. Though they look very beautiful, but they are very terrible, very fearsome. Yeah. Huh? Datuk Kong, they could be I would look at Datuk Kong as the blessed ghost, the blessed one. Okay, or we can consider them as the kumbandas also. You see, there's a types of the ghosts are able to eat the food offered to them. You see, like in the house we worship a lot of deities, and usually we offer with food and drinks, and they consume it. You see, and definitely not the deities, not the earthly devas, because the earthly devas they don't eat this. And who are they? Yeah, you see, so there is these types of blessed ghosts. You see, they are able to enjoy the food offered by their departed relative.
One thing,
So-
one thing, is it Natokong? Only Natokong is something, is it Malay or not? Malaysian or not? Because I say Hong Kong, we think that's what Natokong.
Then you have to offer this halal food also.
Because Dato in Malay, what?
Yeah.
Có một cái hẹp quá.
Natokong.
Có. Cú thì không có vậy.
Thủ tiên công đó, thủ tiên công. Thủ tiên. But usually how you worship thủ tiên công? Are you bringing food also to offer? If not, then they are not the hungry ghosts, not the ghost type. Yeah, maybe they could be like these commanders or any yakka. Okay, they are the half human and the half god. You see, but they are living on the ground with us in our surrounding. Yeah, and then of course they possess certain psychic power, but they also have anger. Right? Yeah. That's why when we enter into a territory, we don't simply destroy their residence. We maintain it, or even we build a better one. Even Brahma Vihara also, we purchase that piece of land. We find also 2 places that enshrine this Datok Gong, you see, Datok Gong. So we have to keep it. Yeah, we keep it, and then we do it nicely. You see, we live, with them, coexistent, peacefully. It's okay. Yeah.
I see some of the construction site. Before they start building, they have a Natokong there.
They have to worship you, not to for the blessing, no?
Protect the area.
Yeah, to protect the area and give them blessing, no? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we see the yakka also, they have the good and evil, like human being. They are also good human and bad human, right? So yaksha also have that, they also have that. So, and then you see in our Theravada, temple, right, in Thailand or in Myanmar, you see you find a lot of yakka. You see, and yakka all in these faces. You see, these are in time, right? And they are considered as the guardians of Buddhism, right? And then when we talk about they are the guardians of Buddhism because they are the disciples of the Buddhas who have been taking refuge, right, in the Buddha Dharma and Sangha, right? And of course, there are some of them even attain the saint. They become the saint, become the saint and become the Sotapanna, right? Who live, and then reborn as the yaksha, right? Even like the King Bimbisara also, the King Bimbisara, he was a great supporter of Buddhism, right? And then after his passing away, he also reborn as a yakka, right? Yakka, right? Okay, now we come to this Atanatiya Sutta. Yeah, this is one of the very famous suttas in our Theravada, right? You see, not all yakka are good. There are some yakka also bad. Bad in the sense that they don't keep the precept, okay? They violate the precept, they kill the people, and then, okay, they do all kind of, bad things, okay? So, they are violating the moral, the conducts. And then, of course, they do not like the Buddhas and hearing the Buddha Dharma, right? So, and then it says that there's one king, right? He was very much worried that the evil yaksha, right, would harm the disciples of the Buddhas. Right? There's one king, the celestial king. Right? So he came to see the Buddhas. He went to see the Buddha, asked the Buddhas to allow his disciples, right, to be protected by chanting the names of the yaksha as protection. Okay? Yeah, if you look at these Atanadeya suttas, you find a lot of yaksha names also is found there. So we are reciting the yaksha name, to protect the Buddhist disciples, okay, from the harms and danger. Even you look at the Mahasamaya sutras, the Great Assembly. You see, what this Great Assembly, they are basically the celestial beings, okay, get together. And then many of them also belonging to the yaksha beings. Okay, so we are calling them, right, reciting their name, right, in order to get their protection. Okay. Especially for Buddhists. This does not include the monk, but for the Buddhists. So I mean, and because of this reason, right, and the Atanadeya suttas become one of the very famous Parita suttas in the Theravada Buddhism. So you find that in the Atanadeya sutta, the one that we recite is a shorter version, right? There is a longer version, but longer is too long, right? Shorter version usually take about 20 minutes, okay? A very short one. And usually we chant this, right, to use as an exorcism, right, you see, to restoring health and to gain happiness also, right? So it becomes quite a very common practice, right, to chant this Atanadeya suttas. Okay. And other than this, also we have some other suttas like Mahasamaya. I have said Mahasamaya, right? You know these suttas. Mahasamaya is very long sutta. If you recite, I think it will take you about 40 minutes. Okay, now we look at the third one, the third class. It's a Gandapa, right? And Gandapa is generally understood as the celestial musician, right? 天上的音乐神, a celestial being, right? And he has both male gender and the female gender, right? And then they looks like human beings or even better than human beings also, right? And then for the male Gandapa, right, they are the celestial musician, right, who perform the music. Right? You look at the Indian, right? They also have a group of priests play this music because they said that the God want to listen also. The God is a celestial God, so probably belonging to the Gandapa also. And then usually ladies, okay, ladies, they call it Apsara. Just the 飞天女, Apsara means like the god, the deities of flying through the air. Okay, they are a group of deities flying in the air. And it's very elegant. So you find that in most of the painting, right, on the wall painting, right, you find this flying Gandapa also, 飞天女 Apsara. In Brahma Vihara also, our painting also include many Apsara. Okay, because they are the Gandapa, they are the Dhamma protectors. Yeah, a lot of people misunderstood that as the Mara. Mara means they are tempting the Buddhas, while he was striving for enlightenment. No, it is not a Mara. They are the Gandapa. Okay, I mean, so yeah.
Okay. So in Cambodia, the place of also have Apsara music.
Oh yeah.
What's it?
The Angkor Wat.
Angkor Wat.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of Apsara. Yeah. You see, all these beings, you see, they are all very pre-Buddhistic. Very pre-Buddhistic. Even before the times of the Buddha, all these beliefs has been there already. The Apsara Gandapa, you see. Yeah. Okay, the last one we look at this Naga. Okay, Naga. I think Naga is the one close to us, and they are visible to our naked eyes, right? And yeah, but of course in China, Naga is portrayed as long, not sir. But in Naga, you can translate as Naga as well, and translate as snake or dragon. That's why Chinese prefer dragon, not snake. Alright, and these Nagas are living, in various parts of the human inhabited areas. Okay, so, and then their role is to protect the devas of the 33 deities. Okay, their roles are, and of course to attack from them, to protect them from the attack of the Asuras. Okay, and then we find the stories. The Buddha also immediately right after his enlightenment, right? He was meditating under the Bodhi tree one day, and a big storms came, right? And this the Naga, they gave shelter, right, to the Buddhas, by covering the Buddha's the head with his like seven snake head, hood, okay. I mean, these are stories, huh? Okay. And even in our traditional temples also we find, they decorate with dragons on their, on the roof or on the wall, with these nagas. Not the snake. People don't like snake. Because the dragons represent the power, and then wisdom, and then of course Chinese like good fortune also. Okay, so we move on. Okay, now, this one is also very important. I have said this many times. You see, in the Anguttara Nikaya, right, in the Chaturmarajika Suttas, right, the four king will came to the world every Uposatha's day. This is a Burmese version of four king. The Chinese one is underneath, right? The above one is the Burmese, and then the middle one is the Thai. Alright. It says that these four kings, together with their subordinates, will come to the world and survey the world during the Uposatha's day, right? And to see whether human beings observe, the following is whether they pay respect to their parents, monks or Brahmins or the family elders, or okay. Am I right? No, the second one is something wrong. No, okay. Other than paying respect to their parents, they also observe the 8 precepts also during Uposatha. You see, the Uposatha's days is like in Hinduism, or like in the Muslim. You see, they have every Friday. They call it what? Prayers on a Friday, or even 1 month of fasting is also like for Buddhism. Also, we have these Uposatha's days also 1 month 4 times. Okay. And or even like the Christian also, Sunday is a holy day, right? Holy. That's why it's a must, to come to the church, right? And for Buddhism, they come to the temple to observe the 8 precepts. Okay. And other than this, also they have to do all kinds of meditations, because you see the four heavenly king will come down to inspect, and you see any one of us observe the 8 precepts, to respect the elders, etc. Because they have to record all these things when they go up to the heaven, right? They have to announce their report to the Taotim Devas. So it's interesting, it's interesting. All right. Now you see, the world that we are living now is considered as not a safe place to live, considered as a very dangerous place to live, right? Especially in Albert Einstein's today, I just look around, see what these scientists say about this. Suddenly I come across this phrase. He said, Albert Einstein said, the world is a very dangerous place to live, right? Not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it, right? You type this so you can find, from the Albert Einstein school, right? Of course, that gave us a lot of interpretation. When I look at this, that reminds me of the Buddha's teaching of transformation of the mind, the purification of the mind. Because you see, nowadays we look at a lot of scientists. You see, they also talk about the world that we are living now is not a sad place to live, right? And then even some, like we know this Elon Musk, right? I don't know whether it's true or not. He said, he has a plan to migrate to the outer space or in the Mars. Is that true, right? He said in 2021, I can't remember.
Now you will send people to the outer space.
Yeah, outer space.
SpaceX.
Yeah. And then I think probably he hinted that the world may not be a very sad place to live. So he has that urge, right? We have to live the world. Even today, I use AI to search around. I say what scientists say about the world, not a sad place to live. Oh, they come out a lot of things. Yeah. So anyway, I think our world leader, they realize the kind of potential risks, or dangers of these modern technologies. Okay, like for example, the AI or what they call the nuclear weapons or the climate change or any other global challenges. Right? So that could pose risk to the humanity. Right? So in fact, all these threatening now is happening. So we have to do something to get rid of these these potential risks. Of course, a lot of world leaders, they get together, they discuss various measures to stop all these things, but none of them talk about the transformation of the mind. So this is why Einstein said, I mean, this is my interpretation, because people don't do anything about it, because they put a lot of effort, you see, but they still don't know how to overcome it. Okay, so I think in one of these suttas, right, in these Dhammika suttas of Anguttara Nikaya, has this kind of view. He said, when the king, it says at a time when the king government are unrighteous, talking about unrighteous, right? The government, and then what's called the royal official become unrighteous. When royal officials, this is referred to government servants, when they are unrighteous, Brahmins and householders become unrighteous. When Brahmins and householders are unrighteous, the people of town and country become unrighteous. When the people of town and country are unrighteous, the course of the moon and sun become erratic. The course of the stars and constellations, etc., the day and night, the month and fortnight, the season and years become erratic. The blowing of the wind become erratic and chaotic, right? And the deities are anger. The heavens don't provide enough rain. The crops ripen erratically. When people eat crops that have ripened erratically, they become short-lived, ugly, weak, and sick. You got meaning here? I think it says very clear. So we are all connected to each other. You see, if the government not doing a good job, so these will be the results. Okay, so you will find that when the God are no more happy, we are talking about God. When the God are no more happy with the world, right? The people in the future will have to face various tremendous disasters. And what else? Like now today, what we are facing, like the droughts, or even the rain, the famine, or even the what they call the pandemics, or even now the fighting, the war fighting. Yeah. So it says that the yaksha, will be rampant, eating people at this time. Okay, because they got angry. Okay. Okay, now, so you see this one is found in the Dhammapala verse 1, right? So that's how we talk about the transformation. People don't know how to do it, but Buddha have seen this problem. He said, if you want to transform, right, you have to purify your mind, to to transform, right? For example, you had observed the morality, doing the wholesome action, right? Yeah, so the Buddha talked about the transformation of the individual's mind. Not just only doing good, refrain from doing bad, but more important is to purify one's own mind. Yeah. So you see, Buddha talk about the mind. Yeah, Buddha talk about the mind. Even we look at, I think recently also we have seen the Elon Musk, the world richest man. He also recently said, he said the world that we are living now is in a computer simulation. You understand? 就是我们居住的这个生活是在一个什么计算的模拟中。It means that this world is not real. We are living in an unreal world, right? We are living in an unreal world. I think this is quite agreeable with the Buddha's teaching of, you know, the external and everything that we see, right? Is a projection of the mind. 所以说you know, Chinese said 一切唯心造哦，外面的世界呢都是我们内心投射的， so they are unreal. They are the manifestation of mind, right? So that is to say, if the mind is good, right, then we are living in a very good environment. If our mind is bad, right, then the world that we live in is also bad. Yeah, but you look at these world leaders, they never talk about the mind transformation. They only talk about the different treaties and signing the peace treaties. Okay, to stop this, to stop that, but that couldn't help, right? So I think Buddhism offers a very ultimate solution to this. Okay, you want to change the world to live, I think we have to go to individual, right? So in Dhammapala, right? In Dhammapala also we have the similar statement, right? It said, Mano Pubangama Dhamma, Mano Seta Mano Maya, Manasa Chip Adutena, Basadiwa Karodiwa, Tato Na, Dukaman, Vedi, Chakangwa Bahatopada. Okay? So it said all mental phenomena have mind as their forerunner. Okay? They have mind as their chief, they are mind made. Okay, all mental, okay, they are all mind made. If one speak or act with an evil mind, the dukkha follow him just as the will follow the hood brain of the ox that draws the cart. Okay, so I think this part is quite clear. That's the Buddha talk about the purification of the mind, right? Like cultivating good deeds, right? Observing a good morality, right? Cultivating the loving kindness, compassion, right? So you can see that with the change of the people's mind, right, from bad to good, right, you can see that the external world also eventually change and becomes a better place to live in, right? And of course, you know, when the world becomes a better place to live in, right, the Dharma protectors also will continue to protect this world. Okay, I think this is the last one. Alright. Okay, now, you see, now talking about the Anumodana, right? You have the opening, right? Invitation of devas, but you also have the ending, the share merits with them, right? So, so this is the ending part. Aga Satthaja Bhumata Deva Naga Mahidika Punyata Moditwa Chirakani Buddha Sasana Desana Atmang Paranti Etavataja Ampehi Sabbana Punya Sabbana Sabbe Deva Sabbe Buddha Sabbe Satthat Modantu Sabbe Sampati Siddhi. Okay? So you see, may beings inhabiting space and earth, right? Here is the Bhumata Devas and Akasatta Devas. The Devas and Nagas of mighty power, right? Now, Devas here also include Devas, Kumbhatas, okay, and the Yaksha, Gandharva, and the Naga of mighty power share these merits of ours, okay? May they long protect the dispensation of the Buddhas, the teacher of the Dhammas, me and others. Okay? May all deities, creatures, and beings rejoice in this merit which we have thus acquired. May all prosperities be theirs. Okay? Yeah. Therefore, right, after seeing all these things, I think the Buddha still said, born as a human being, right, is very real. right? So only a human being can practice the Buddha Dharma, right? So don't think so to go to the heaven, right? Because their living there is too comfortable, too happy. They don't know how to accumulate good merit for themselves, and then there's no way that you can continue your practice and realize the suffering. Okay, they don't know what to do, right? Because the place there is too happy. There is no object, for their doing dharma, right? And of course, not to say even to accumulate merit. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for today. A very quick one to look at them. I think by now you should understand what are these Dharma protectors in the Buddhism. There's certain Dharma protectors, they are not so much emphasized in Theravada, not like in the Tibetan tradition. You see, they emphasize a lot on the Dharma protectors. Yeah.
This one is which one is the Dhamma protector? Yakas or which are?
A lot the Yakala, we have seen these 4 classes of beings. The Devas, they are the Bhumata Devas. They're Devas living on the ground, like the Yaksha, Gandharva. Okay, Yaksha we know, huh? Gandharva, they are the musician or the, and then you have the Nagas, Nagami the dragon, right? And then you have another one is Kumbhandas. Kumbhanda is also a very low deities. Generally, we consider them as the earthly devas. Okay, earthly. It means that they are the lower devas residing in the human realms. Or semi, half human, half God. And in fact, they are very close to us also. They are very close to us. It's just because we don't see them. And that's why when we listen to the Buddha Dharma, we have the practice of sharing merits with them. If we keep sharing merit with the devas, you see, these devas will be very happy. Imagine that this place, right? We invite the devas, you see, they listen to the dharmas, right? This place also become very bright. Because the place where the devas constantly visit, right? This place also become a very auspicious place also. Okay, so you are free from all the harms and danger, so no need to worry. Okay. Okay, so you know any question? Any question? Any question for Bhante?
Is it suitable for lay Buddhist chant or only for monks?
I think lay people also can chant, because I chanted the suttas very often. I don't see why lay people cannot chant.
Usually on one occasion,
No, you can chant every day.
not during society.
For good Buddhists, we don't do that. Yeah, only when it comes to certain critical situation we chant. But usually we also can chant in our normal chanting also. Yeah.
You see inside here. Inside here.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Athardiya Sutras. Yeah, page 64. Yeah, we are coming up with another revised version. Okay. Yeah, but not the binding, not this kind of rebinding. There will be a book. Huh?
What changes?
We add another 3 more sutras, and we do a lot of English revision and Chinese revision. Yeah, and make it more proper in a way, no mistake. No, you still can keep it, no problem. That's a problem, you see. We hope. That's why for Theravada, we never have the standard version of chanting book, because Thai got Thai version, Myanmar got Myanmar, Sri Lanka got Sri Lanka, and then there are a lot of sutras. Imagine we want to include all these sutras in, it's impossible. But Mahayana, they are quite standard in their way of chanting. But Theravadas, they're all different, differ from one another. But anyway, we try to collect as much as possible. I mean, those common chanting we have, and then we compile it here so that we have a different chanting. Like Monday we chant this, and Tuesday we chant a different sutras, or different function we chant different sutras. It's all in the very handy, the manual. Okay.
Mahasamaya is 110.
Mahasamaya is also here.
110.
Yeah. And then also another important sutras is Satipatthana sutras also. Yeah. And then Anantalakkhana sutras, Aditya sutras, you see, and even these Dhammacakkappavattana sutras, and Girimananda sutras also, Girimananda, right, together with the Bojjhanga sutras. Okay. Most of the protection parattas are here. In fact, most of them, 95%, or almost 100%. Last time I was guiding during these MCO periods. I was guiding all these paritta chanting. I analyze the grammar syntax, and then I do a translation also. All right, so
finishing.
why not? Why not?时间到了，现在9点9。
I think he has questions. He's waiting for
Actually, I
someone.
got many questions.
It's okay, you can disturb me.
I'll start with one first, but I have actually a number of questions. My first question is, I want to know more about Asura. So it seems like in Mahayana Buddhism, 他们有6道, and then they have 3 happy realms, 3 unfortunate realms, and then they include Asura in the happy realms. But in the Theravada classification, it seems like 只有2道, only 2 realms are so-called fortunate realms, which is Deva, human, and then they include the Asura in the unfortunate realms. So I'm not really sure what is the Asura. I mean, what do they do?
They are the fighters.
Fighters.
They like to fight with the devas.
So are they in the
Being born in one of the celestial realm considered as a good one. That's why the Mahayana take them as a good one. But for Theravada, they are also partly good and partly also not good because they have that nature of fighting.
Mm.
Yeah, so we consider them as one of the woeful realms.
so you have a lot of violence, a lot of
Yeah, fighter. In Chinese, we usually see someone has that nature, we say that you are Ashura. 阿修罗，你是个阿修罗。Yeah.
So okay.
Okay, so second
Question is, so my
That's
second
why in Theravada Buddhism, we also invite them to listen to the Dhamma. When they listen to the Dhammas, they also can be a good person also.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So not all are bad, you know. Some also good. But generally, they are bad. Yeah. If they listen to Dhamma, they will become a good person. Good beings. Yeah.
my second question is about karma and rebirth. No, not that. So
A bit topic.
no, I know, but not specific. It's about this deva because sometimes when we listen to these stories about devas, they can be very mixed. A bit like human beings. Some are very good. Some practice Dharma meditation also, and then some are bad people. They disturb people. So my question is more like to be reborn in a good realm, right? Let's say to become a yaka or to be a deva or any of the realms of. It seems like you need a lot of good karma. Maybe you practice a lot of good karma in the past, maybe dana, sila, and so on. But then one very classic example that my friends and I will discuss is Mara. Mara in the past he's done a lot of good things, right? That's why he's reborn as such a powerful deva, I assume. But then is that right? I'm not sure. But anyway, so but then when they go to the heaven realm, some of them become very bad or they do a lot of evil. So how come their past karma is of a level where okay it leads them to be reborn in heaven as some good karma in the past, but then in heaven they could become so bad like Mara, or maybe not Mara, but maybe some of the yakas or some of the bad devas they could do. I mean, how is that?
They also due to their many past karma. Yeah, no, we don't look at it what do you call it, 一世, you see. You have to look at it many past existence also. Is that maybe this lifetime they have done a lot of good deeds, right? But imagine that you also done a lot of bad deeds in the past, you see. That's because this life he encountered Buddhism, so he practiced a lot of good things. But it doesn't mean that he will continue, you know, enjoying, say like for example, enjoying his good realms of existence. Maybe also due to the maturation of their many past bad karma in the past, they may reborn in Ashuras or maybe reborn elsewhere. You see? So it doesn't mean that one has to be good, then they will be guaranteed forever enjoying the heaven.
No, but we're talking about, let's say we're talking about the heavenly devas. Like, let's say the yakas or maybe some of the higher devas, they have done good karma and then they are reborn in the heaven.
That's
But
good.
then some of the devas will come back or they will do bad things that, I don't know, the yakas or the. What I'm trying to say, like, if you've done good karma in the past and then you become reborn in good realm, and they
Just like human being, reborn, even though Buddha say being reborn as human being is very real, but still you find a lot of bad people,
We still, that means they also still have to continue to practice, so not say that you're already involved.
But they cannot practice up there. That's why, in our Buddhist practice, we invite them to listen to the Buddha Dharma, to rejoice. You see, whether they want, it's up to them. You see, but it's our custom, to invite them to listen to the Dharma. Oh no, when they listen to Dharma, they can be a good deities. Yeah. Just like imagine that, just like the human being, you see, even though we say being born as human being is good, but not all human beings are good.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because good. They say that in karma, they say being reborn as a human being, you have done good karma in the past.
Yeah.
But still.
So this karma concept is a very mixed concept. Yeah. It's very complicated yet very profound. Yeah.
So for human, maybe we have to practice that so that.
Yeah. So that's why you come back to this world and again continue. You said if you are born as a human being, you may reborn in the Africa, and then you suffer there. You live like hell. No food, you see.
Bhante, Mara is which land? It's not human.
Mara, you see, Mara has two interpretations. One, Mara definitely is evil, right? When it's a tempter, you see. But Mara also another meaning also include the deities live in this Paranimitta Vasavati realm. It means that the highest, the Deva realms in the Kamajatu. We also call that as Mara, you see. But this one is a good one. But another Mara is a bad one. You see, depending on the context you say. Yeah.
But bad one stay living which.
No, the Mara is just a term. That during the Buddha's time, you said the Mara come and disturb him. You see, it's not really that Mara from any realm. It's just said that the Mara of the anger, the Mara of desire, that kind, a description. Yeah, from within. Yeah. But there is also another type of Mara. In the Sutta, the Mara referred to the good one. You see, other than the five, the celestial being, the sixth one, they also include them as a Mara. But that one is a good one.
Is this Mara associated with the Vasa Mara and the orientation?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, possible. Yeah. But it depends how you interpret it.
This getting late when
Yeah, okay.
So, we now 2010.
我们来回向哦。我们讲没有回向，没有回向。Okay, you turn to your page. For I think 146. Okay, 146. Akasachachumata Devanagamaeka Punyandam Moditva Chiram Rakandu Prasasanam Akasachachumata Devanagamaeka Punyandam Anumoditva Chiram Rakandu Prasasanam Akasachachumata Devanagamaeka Punyandam นุโมทิตัวจุราระกาดุมาปาราติเอตาวตาเชอะเมหิสัมปะดังปุญญาสัมปะดังสัพเพเทวะอนุโมดันตุสัพพะสัมมาทิสิทิยาเอตาวตาเชอะเมหิสัมปะดังปุญญาสัมปะดังสัพเพบุตตาอนุโมดันตุสัพพะสัมมาทิสิทิยาเอตาวตาเชอะเมหิสัมปะดังปุญญาสัมปะดังสัพเพสัตตาอนุโมดันตุสัพพะสัมมาทิสิทิยาสาธุสาธุสาธุ
Can we bow straight up to Bhante? The first bow as a respect to Bhante, second bow as a gratitude, and the third bow as a loving kindness to Bhante.
Okay.